Good morning, dear students. Welcome to Grow Big School online classes. I am your EVS teacher, Yasmeen ma'am. So today we are going to learn something about water. Water in our lives, lesson number 16. As you know, water is very important in our lives to survive, right? What will happen if we don't have water? Or all the living things on this planet need water, right? So, and have you ever thought, ever thought, where does the water we use come from? Or how does it reaches our taps? So, to answer your first question, where does the water we use come from? Let me inform you that rain is the main source of water. And rainwater reaches different water bodies like lakes, oceans, rivers, ponds, and seas. People use water from rivers and lakes for domestic purposes. Okay, but water from seas cannot be used directly for domestic purposes because it is very salty. सीज और ओशन का पानी जो है वो बहुत खारा होता है, इसलिए डोमेस्टिक पर्पस के लिए उसको हम यूज नहीं कर सकते. बट लेक और रिवर का जो पानी होता है वो थोड़ा मीठा होता है, जो हम डोमेस्टिक पर्पस के लिए यूज कर सकते हैं. So as I told you that rain is a natural resource of water. Some rainwater seeps into the ground. Okay. Underground water can be drawn out by, देखिए जो रेन का वाटर, जो पानी बारिश का पानी गिरता है वो ग्राउंड में अंदर जज्ब जाता है. ओके, जो ग्राउंड है वो एब्जॉर्ब कर लेती है. और फिर ये पानी हम किस तरह यूज करते हैं? बाय यूज underground water can be drawn out by digging wells, hand pumps and tube wells. Okay, now your second question is how does water reaches our taps? हमारे टैप्स तक पानी कैसे पहुंचता है? So water from rivers and lakes reaches our home through pipelines. Let us elaborate more. तो जो lakes और the lakes and water from lakes reaches our taps through pipelines. It is then that water, okay, which is coming from lakes and rivers, it is then stored in huge overhead underground tanks. From here it comes to the taps in our houses. Can you see the pictures here? The overhead tanks means the tanks which are on your terrace. Okay, water tanks. And underground tank is a tank like this shown in the picture. Okay, so this water from lakes and rivers is stored in these tanks and then it reaches to our taps through pipelines. Let's talk about the volume and shape of water. As children, as you have seen, that water does not have a definite shape. Water का कोई shape नहीं होता है. It takes the shape of the vessel it is poured into. Whether it is in a jug or in a glass, it gives you the shape of that particular vessel. Different vessels can hold different amount of water. As you can see in the picture, big tanks can hold lot of water. A small glass can hold only a limited amount of water, right? The amount of liquid water container can hold is called its volume. Now this is a fact, and the amount of water a container can hold is called its volume. Now, in cities and towns, water is stored in containers made of glass, plastic, or metals like steel, aluminium, copper, and brass. Children, we can also store it in earthen pots. When water is so important, we should not waste it, right, children? So, how should we handle it? Of course, we should handle it safely, right? So, safe handling of water, we must store and handle drinking water properly. Let me tell you how it can be done. Store water in covered containers. Can you see the picture? Like if you are storing a water in a jug, it should have a proper lid. Clean the container every day. Do not use water stored for many days for drinking. Else, use it only for tasks like washing clothes, mopping the floor, and watering the plants. Okay, children? Means the water which you have stored for many days can become contaminated. So you should not use it for drinking. You can use this stored water for these jobs like washing clothes, mopping floors, and watering the plants. Take out water from deep containers with the help of a ladle. So all these steps are for safe handling of water. I hope you will remember. Now let's talk about the water cycle. What is a water cycle? Let me explain you. Please look at the screen, okay, and look at the pictures properly. Water from the water bodies evaporates due to the heat of the sun. What happens exactly? When the sun rays falls on the water bodies, जब सूरज बहुत तेजी से चमकता है, उसकी हीट जो पानी पे पहुंचती है, तो पानी जो है वो evaporate होता है, मतलब कि steam बनकर उड़ जाता है. Okay? Then what happens? The water changes into water vapor and rises in the sky. ठीक है? And what happens next? Water vapors cools down and forms clouds. यही water vapor ठंडा होके और clouds बन जाते हैं. And when clouds become heavy, water falls down as rain in the water bodies. And thus the water cycle continues. Now let's talk about rainwater harvesting. As you know that we all face water shortage. This is because of the rapidly increasing population. It is thus important for each of us to save every drop of water and use it wisely. And one of the way of saving water is rainwater harvesting. In this, rainwater is collected and stored in reservoirs like this, underground reservoirs. Okay, so water is stored in this. Okay, children. So I hope you have understood the chapter. Water in our lives, it is so important. You should not waste water. Okay. Thank you.